Hi world, it is August 1st, 2023. It's morning hours, about 8:30 in the morning Central Standard Time. I just want to blast through the stuff so there's no real organization. Um, I've got lots of stuff I've got to get done today. Uh, yeah, and some weird stuff happened yesterday also, so let's get started just for the legalities. Hey, let me adjust this. Reminder, I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, psychic, so everything is for entertainment purposes only. The full description is down in the box. If you like what you see, click the red boots so you're subscribed. Hit the bell. People, you're adults. You know the routine. I did put down in the box upon somebody's suggestion. It's like, if you want, you can buy me a coffee, but actually you're buying me a cream soda. Uh, so let's just get going. And okay, anyone who is familiar with my videos, a few days ago, I did discuss the circumstances happening in the African country Niger. Well, I started talking about it last week. Finally, the major mass news outlets, the mass media that puts out all the false propaganda, they're now starting to talk about it. You know why? A, okay, the leader of the country, Chad, has come in to act as a mediator, and Macron is now helping French citizens leave the country. But you see, the military junta in Niger has said no more of this EU bullshit. Sorry. And has kicked out all the EU people who want to strip the country of its natural resources. Its primary export is uranium. So they're kicking out the EU, which is Big Red Sea friendly, in favor of probably working with Vlad P. I don't blame them. Hey, Vlad, who's over in Moscow right now, he lived through. He's a product of the KGB. He knows what true communism is like. And now he's leading a modern country that is no longer communist. So let that sink in. Okay. Oh, something. Oh, hold on one moment. Something's beeping. Okay, thanks. Back. I'm not going to cover too much on the Z guy, but we all know that he's a former stand-up comedian, and basically I am becoming more convinced that he learned his military strategy by playing video games. And so now, in certain circles, his little conflict is being called the game of drones. So that's all this guy knows how to do. He has no real education in military strategy. I doubt that he even took a basic European history class while he was at the gymnasium. So enough on that guy who doesn't know a tracksuit from a dress suit. Oh, yeah, I've got some friends who are, and unfortunately some relatives that are still heavy-duty Roman Catholics. Well, right now in Lisbon, from the 1st till the 6th of this month, August 1st through the 6th, they're having this big thing called World Youth Day. Well, basically, it's a boot camp to brainwash more kids into the yuck side of the Roman Catholic Church. So, yeah, I saw some stuff on it this morning, but it's what I heard. If I repeated it, this channel would be gone. Yeah, yeah, because it's so funny. It's now being reported that a lot of social media companies are now hiring people out of the Big Red Sea to monitor stuff that's being put out over social media. Now that is super, super ironic. Yesterday, I had to do some stuff and I used the commuter train. Well, while waiting for the commuter train, there was this gaggle of young girls, older teenage girls, all bleached blondes. I mean, hey, this stuff, it's a money piece just to hire the white lily Munster stripe that's coming into my dark hair. But these girls obviously spend a lot of money on getting the hair foiled and everything, and they all basically look like Barbie dolls. Yeah, Malibu Barbie dolls. Well, they're all standing there in their little cut Daisy Duke shorts and holding out their $1,000 cell phones. And I said, yeah, well, since you're going into the downtown area of the city, you better put those phones away or else some jagoff is going to rip it right out of your hand and you're going to be up a creek because you know you've got your banking information and everything loaded onto it. So by the time you even get a police report to file to claim the phone stolen, your bank account is going to get wiped out. Well, they're like, oh, well, we know. And they're like, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, and then one girl's, oh, she's a TikToker. She knows all of this stuff. I go, oh, so you work for the Big Red Sea? She goes, no, I work for TikTok. They go, she has over 1 million followers and views. And I'm like, so you're doing social media for communist China? She goes, no, I'm getting a check from TikTok. I go, you're working for the Red China, the communists. That's who's paying you. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, and then they go running off from me because I guess I started to scare them because I started naming facts. So then I walked into the station and I happened to know the station agent and the lady who has the coffee stand. And we start talking about things. And we're talking about Niger. We're talking about things that are happening in other countries. And we're talking about how ignorant the younger generation is about, they don't know what true communism is. Hey, we grew up saying, hey, Radio Free Europe. These kids don't know what a Cold War is. And I looked at him, I go, have you even been out of the United States? And of course, little Miss TikTok goes, oh, I have. And I'm like, for what, a semester in college? She goes, yeah. I go, where'd you go? She goes, Florence. I'm like, oh, so you got to spend a lot of time on the Amalfi Coast looking for a rich boyfriend. And she just kind of like, her face dropped. And I'm like, listen, sweetie, I've lived a lot of places. You're clueless. You're a stupid, dumb blonde. Ditch that TikTok. You are nothing but a pawn of communist China. I saw her eyes well up. I scolded her. Maybe when she got home after her adventure in the city, she talked to mommy and daddy. And maybe she got her ass set straight. Yeah, I'm hoping. Maybe. I found that's the best way to knock sense into these kids. Is literally, I give them facts and bombard them with facts until they cry. And I know then my words will remain with them forever and always. Okay, yeah. Whatever. Yeah. And the phone letting me know that the Patreon payment went through. Now, there's this other channel on YouTube. And I think it's so funny because this morning I was up super early. And it's called Royal, the opposite of being outside. Okay? Currently, something they posted this morning that most people will not pay attention to is they started bashing Donald. And they're saying, oh, Donald used a permanent marker to write on a girl's arm. And I go, what? Isn't he supposed to be like being set back for this and that and everything? Everything anti-Donald they could dig up, they were saying. So, in other words, this must be a pro-donkey YouTube channel. And by being pro-donkey, they're also pro-Sussex. Connect the dots. I mean, if they want to be considered, hey, I'll say good and bad about everybody. And yeah, there's some donkeys that are decent people, like Bobby Jr. And even the guy out of the other guy out of New Hampshire, Minchin. He knows what's going on. Bobby Jr. knows what's going on. I know a couple Chicago aldermen that know what the heck's going on. So there are some good donkeys out there. But unfortunately, they have to back down to the stupid idiots. Okay, so, I mean, another stupid thing that this channel is doing, they brought on and started talking about Shaquille O'Neal and LeBron James. Both of them are basketball players. Now, this computer-generated YouTube channel, you can tell it's probably some bot channel out of possibly the Big Red Sea, because they use a computerized voice that is incapable of pronouncing names correctly. They couldn't, if you find it, listen to it. That it's incapable of saying Shaquille correctly. And they are constantly mispronouncing live for live. When you hear that, you know it's a computer generated, and you have to question, where is this channel originating from? Because a real human knows the difference on how to pronounce certain words. Yeah, so they were making comparisons that their now big thing is going to be video games only. Both of those guys spend a lot of time helping inner city kids with basketball camps. Yeah, so they can get scholarships. So, okay, on to the other nightmare that's going on. Yes, I guess Hunter, we've got to find a new name for him. JoJo's kid, JJK? Well, JJK, his old business partner, Devin Archer, has been singing like a canary. Now, no one has seen the transcripts because he testified or deposition, whatever you want to call it. It's all been recorded. The word-for-word transcript has not been released to the public as of yet. Well, even JoJo has bragged that it's been said that JoJo has been on many phone calls with JJK while JJK has been out entertaining people for business. And they're saying, oh, there's no proof that any of that happened. Folks, if JJK is across the pond someplace, cell phone companies keep records of everything. Honestly, if it comes to a big investigation, they can pull up the text messages from phones that were in your name, phone numbers that have been long gone since you were a teenager. Okay, I was an adult when I got my first cell phone. I think it was in 98. Yeah, 1998 is when I got my first cell phone. If I could remember the phone number, or if something happened, they would probably, oh, okay, we'll pull up the text messages from way back when. Yeah, they can, because it's all stored in computer banks. So all phone records, time and date of calls. They might not have complete recordings of the calls of what was said, but they know where the call was originated from, the destination, and the length of time. So that will be the next thing to be subpoenaed. Every single cell phone record of JJK. And all of this, thank you, Devin. Okay. And we know it's all over the news, so just go on if you want to see what I really. JJK and JJ, they're going to drag this out for as long as humanly possible, because actually, they know that Cammy Poo is even worse, and they're realizing that they've got to put out all the inferno that the JoJo's family is doing, and so that's where all their efforts are. They know Cammy Poo is a complete unmitigated disaster, but as long as they have her in her little slot, they can keep her under control. And they're going to keep Gruesome Newsom back in LA, because put Cammy Poo and Gruesome Newsom together, we don't want to go there right now. The images I am seeing, they don't have enough people, enough minders to keep the JoJo stuff under wraps and to keep Cammy Poo and Gruesome Newsom together to keep them out of trouble. So they're going to keep JoJo in that top slot for as long as possible, because they don't have enough people to keep 3 monsters out of trouble. Well, actually 4, because you've got JJ Key. I don't know how many people are keeping an eye on Myanmar. Well, that's the new name of Burma. Well, I keep an eye on it because, yeah, my dad flew the China-Burma hump during the war. So, yeah, I keep an eye on it. I see what's going on. Currently, there was another military junta there. There's a news blackout. And depending on which news agency you listen to, if it's American news, they're saying the former leader, Sun Chi, was released from prison and is now at home under house arrest. If you listen to one of the news sources coming out of Europe, they're saying, no, she's still sitting in prison. You listen to something out of South Africa, it's like she's in a different prison. She was transferred to a different prison. So we know that Myanmar, Burma, has had a military coup. As for that, basically what trickles are coming out, it's being reported via the Thai news agencies, and even they aren't sure what the heck is going on. But soon, people will be crossing the border into, like, Bangladesh, India, Thailand, and we'll start hearing the real story. I would say Thailand is going to be getting with a lot of Burmese refugees. So, in my opinion, if you have a local Thai restaurant that's owned by people from Bangkok or one of the other regions of Thailand, go over, ask, hey, what's the story? And because Burma in the old days was one of the best allies to the United States and to the Allied forces during World War II. We need to help those people. And if it means going to a Thai restaurant, asking the people in the restaurant, hey, do you know what's going on? Do you have relatives who can tell? Is there someplace where we can help out, donate? Ask your local Thai restaurant. And in fact, by me, there's actually a couple Burmese restaurants. So hopefully this week I'll be able to go over there for lunch and ask questions. I hope to get that done tomorrow or Friday. So let's see. Now, another crazy YouTube channel, Royal. Make sure to lock the door. That's kind of a clue to what it is. They are claiming that there's a big rumor and a petition going around to kick a certain somebody out of SAG-AFTRA. I wouldn't blame them if they did. But if they did, she'd, because I heard that's how she's covering the medical insurance for her and Harry and the unseen children. Okay. But since I did work in the industry, I do know some people who sit on, who are pretty high up in SAG. So I'm going to give them a couple phone calls saying, is it true? So that I just heard this morning. So it's not even 9 a.m. and I don't like calling people before 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'll have the follow up on that on my next video. And the other thing that I think is so funny, it's comical. Mother Nature always has a way of retaliation. If something needs to be cleaned up, don't be surprised if a fire goes ravaging through, or a flood. Beijing, or hey, Peking, right now, it's getting hit. Like one day it got like 20 inches of rain in like one day. Like just the city, China, the big Red Sea is getting inundated with so much water that even the major international airport in Peking was flooded out. It was like a lake. There's pictures of all over the internet. So maybe the big Red Sea, Mother Nature is going to be washing all the scum buckets down the drain. We can only hope. We can only hope. So folks, this is a short one today. I've got stuff I've got to go take care of. Okay, today is August 1st. This goes up at 4:30 in the afternoon for the month of August. You know I do videos every other day. So it's going to be, videos are going to be on the odd numbered days of the month. And of course, the second and fourth Saturday of the month is when I'm going to do the live broadcast. I will be touching base with our favorite card reader, Mystical Fortunes, to set up what day in August we're going to be doing another live broadcast. We may decide not to do it on a Saturday. It could be done in the middle of the week. But as soon as we have our dates coordinated, dates and times, we'll let you know. And I have been in communication with Dave. He is a dad. He's Real Music Observer, Chaos Report. Keep an eye on his stuff. He did some really interesting commentary on music this past weekend. So take a look at what he's got. That's the Real Music Observer. And he's another one that's getting kind of quirked around with the monetization stuff. So if you can, his Patreon is only $1 a month. Okay? $12 a year. That's what, 2 coffees? Hey, people can afford that. And yeah, it's the same. It's like, I think Mystical Fortunes only has a few more people to go before she hits her magic 100. So, and of course, we do have to keep an eye on Fiona and Graham. That's Avid Gardner and Graham the Baron Hesketh. We know he's dealing with cancer right now, so we want to make sure to check his stuff out and keep him going with great wishes and prayers. And Jamba, I know you're feeling better too. So everybody have a great Tuesday. I'm off and about so I can get my stuff done and be back in time to chat with you online. So have a good one. Today's Tuesday. The next one will be on Thursday. Bye-bye.